Hello, Aquarius. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and jump into your August reading. I'm so excited that we've made it to August. This is my birthday month. I'm feeling it, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for August, and I hope everything has been going well with you all. We're gonna start off with figuring out what the energy for August is going to be for you during the month of August using my Zodiac Oracle deck that I have here. I really love this Oracle deck. What am I saying? It's a beautiful deck. Maybe I should start doing reviews on stuff like that. But anyways, don't mind my hair. I'm on my way back from, not on my way back, but I just got done working out and stuff, so I'm a little messy, but I felt the urge to read, so that's what I'm gonna do. So starting off for the month of August 2018 for Aquarius, the energy is so we have Taurus in reverse. And as we know in this deck, or this oracle deck, when something is when it's in reverse, that means pay attention to it, like this is what you need to do. So in August, it's going to be about Taurus. This is like the bull energy. This is determination. This is one of those, this is a fixed sign. I believe it's fixed. Yeah, it's fixed. So this is like a fixed way of practical thinking. So putting things out and knowing that no matter what happens, you're going to get to the end goal, because that's the goal, to get to the end, right? But also realizing that whatever pops up in your way, you're going to have to figure out something or a way to get around it, a way to do something different so that you aren't stuck behind something. So this is really going to be the time of, really going to be the time for Aquarius is to really find their power of endurance, okay? So we're going to focus on endurance, getting through things, abundance, maybe home life, family life, your environment, the things around you. That's really what this is going to be about for you in the month of August, okay? Alrighty, sorry, I should have been more prepared with my setup. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's happening in your actual month itself. I'm going to shuffle a little bit. But while I'm shuffling, I want to go ahead and talk about, you know, the biggest transits that's happening, at least for like the seasons and stuff. Just so we can, you know, talk. So we are now in Leo season. Officially, like, you know, I mean, we've already been in it, but now we are kind of like in the, not in the middle of it, but we're in, you know, we're in this energy, okay? So it's going to be a time where a lot of people are going to be finding their inner royalty, but for some it will be good, and for some it will be like, you know, kind of bad, but that doesn't mean that it isn't something that we can't work on, or it's not something that we can't work with, I should say. So just keep that in mind. People may start being a little bit more bold with how they express themselves, and also about how they think, how they feel, just in a lot of things. It's going to be a really pressurized season, I believe. But we're going to go ahead and start with your August, okay? So in the beginning of your August, the energy for August 2018 is the Knight of Wands in reverse, okay? So this is a person who is probably doing too much. This is like the energy of plans going too fast, things happening that shouldn't be happening, things moving way too quick for the way that they need to be moving. It doesn't mean that it's like terrible, but I do feel like this is a time where a lot of people are going to be making a lot of mistakes, okay? And it might not be you. We're going to see what that's all about. So starting off, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this is kind of like, you know, not finding joy, kind of being really, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, my cards are falling. This is like, you know, where harmony isn't here, peace is not here, and it doesn't mean that you cannot reach that, but it's almost like you need to figure out what is causing your peace to not be there, okay? And then we have Gemini in reverse, or this is a Gemini card, so some of you may be dealing Geminis, but this is, you know, the Aquarius and Gemini. Okay, so some of you may be dealing with Gemini, but this is the Lovers in reverse, okay? So For some of you, that peace or that serenity that you need, it has to deal with this love interest. If you are in a relationship, I do feel like the peace is just not there. Maybe there's some arguing going on. Or maybe this is just a situation that needs to end. Maybe it's time for things to, just be done with. If you're not in a relationship, maybe this is not the time to find love, because there's just not going to be the people that you do encounter. Even if you you're like, oh, I did find someone. If you did find someone, maybe they're just right now, just with everything happening, it could just be a time where things are just not lining up, things are not matching, so to speak. It's just like peace is not really there, or this isn't the match for you. This isn't the person that you have met, or even if you haven't, whoever you do meet, it's not the divine match right now, is what I feel, if you're not in a relationship. And if you are in a relationship, I feel like there's an issue with peace, maybe a lot of arguing, a lot of just emotional blockages. I just don't feel like it's a good thing, I'm not gonna lie. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So this is like needing more assistance. This is like things turning around for the better, kind of like receiving help. But I feel like this is going to be not necessarily about you. I think someone around you is going to receive help from someone. And it may trickle down and be of benefit for you, but I feel like this isn't about you, the person that's getting help. Let's go ahead and do some clarifications though. What is this peace not there for? Ace of Cups in reverse. Why is there not peace? And again, with the energy of the Knight of Wands here. So mistakes being made, maybe moving too fast. Maybe you picked someone and you thought this is the person, but it doesn't look like it is. Or maybe this is a person who is starting to just be different now. They aren't the same person. And so it's like you feel like you've made a wrong decision, because who you thought they were was not who they really were, because you didn't wait long enough to really figure out who this person is. And I do feel like it is a love interest. What is this Lovers in reverse for? What is that about? Why is there Lovers in reverse? What's wrong with it? Aquarius, August. We have the King of Cups in reverse. And to me, when I see this card in reverse, this is like not having... like when you roll something, like when you're a king, you have complete control, or you have a complete... what's the word I'm looking for? You rule over your empire. So to me, when I see this card in reverse, this is like you're not in control of your empire. You're not in control of your emotions. You're not in charge of your emotions. You're not expressing them in the most positive way that you can. You're not acting the way that you should accordingly to, maybe a royal state. It's almost like this person isn't honoring your emotions or your morals, but on an emotional way. So like whatever you find is love, or whatever you determine is love, they aren't honoring that. Or whether it's you or them, I'm not sure who it is. And I do associate this card with Pisces, but this could be any water sign. So you may be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But no, whatever it is, the love in this situation, it's not being honored. It's not as regal as it should be. Something's off, and it's just not. To me, I feel like there's a lack of respect almost, and almost like a sense of the respect is gone to a point where it's like now, whether it's you or the other person, you guys are doing things to each other, and I feel like it's almost to the point where it's disrespectful. It's like you love this person, or maybe you don't love this person anymore, and it's to the point where it's like now we're just like it's like you don't care who they are anymore, and so you're willing to do things or receive things, take things on from them, and also do things to them that is very hurtful, because the level of disrespect is just up here, because you guys have both lost the respect that was once there. Jeez, I don't know why that was so hard to say. So maybe for some of you, the communication could just be terrible now. Like, for some reason, the communication between the two of you are just like, what the fuck, Alrighty. So, for the middle of August, what are we looking at? What is the energy for the middle of August for Aquarius 2018? Okay, so the energy for the middle of August, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is one of my favorite cards. This is really about being independent, having things that you want, but only because you worked for it. This is very, very earth energy. This is having things in abundance. So if I had to compare this to something, I'd say maybe Taurus. Excuse me. But yeah, I would compare this to Taurus energy, kind of like working for a while, or working towards a goal and finally achieving it, and physically having representation of what all you've accomplished, and it feels good, it feels great, and it's yours, and so it's your sanctuary. This is a beautiful card to have as energy, just in general, just because this is like being okay with what there is. Even if you don't have shit, you're okay with your mindset. I see this card as on a physical level, it's about the things around you and your sanctuary. But I see this card so deep because I feel like this card represents, your mindset, your psyche. Where's your mind at? Where's your mental sanctuary? What is that? What is your mental state? And so this is how I see this card, because usually 9 times out of 10, whatever your mind state is, that's what you're physically going to have around you. So if you're thinking on higher levels, if you're working on yourself, meditating, working with crystals, or just observing things around you and really being aware, things around you will be more clear. Things around you usually be more clean. You might have clutter because you have stuff around you, but it's clean. You aren't just letting things rot. You aren't just letting things just be disgusting around you because you're mentally in a lighter place, right? So this is what this card, to me, this is saying in the middle of August, you're gonna have a shift to where you're thinking more about your sanctuary, whether it's mental or physically around you, okay? Like I said, we have this Taurus energy, so that makes a lot of sense. Taurus is all about your environment around you, your abundance that you possess, you manifest, you create, you keep, the things you get through so that you can get to the other side and you can obtain and maintain things that you would like to get from earth, from universe. This is about being really your mindset is good. It's about money. It's about keeping financially, being okay, physically having things you need so that you don't have to need or be like shitting bricks whenever you need money. You have money already because you saved. This is a really, really good card. I love the Taurus sign. I love the energy. And their personalities are usually really over the top or usually really subdued, but at the same time, it's all about I just love the sign. So it's a really, really good energy to be in alignment with during August for you, Aquarius, okay? So to start off, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this is saying I feel like I don't think this is about you as far as not being ready, but I do think you still have a few things you need to work on. So maybe a few things that you need to do before it's time to go do whatever it is that you're trying to really manifest or do or create, or whatever it is that you're waiting for. You're like, what the fuck is happening? Why are we still not at the goal? You still have some things you need to work on, okay? We'll do clarification. Next, after that, we have the World card. So again, everything that surrounds you. This is like this is like the chaotic level. When you're measuring, it's like if this was a thermometer, it would measure your chaos in your life, your stress, your whatever it is. I feel like since it's upright, it's fine. We will do clarification to see why it popped up. But this is like your surroundings. So again, you're going to be really focusing on, and this is the middle of your spread, this World card. So this is really about your psyche and your mind state, I believe. Your mind state and things around you, how they influence your mind state, okay? Then next we have the Ace of Swords in reverse here. So having the Ace of Swords in reverse, there could be some truths told, but it could be painful, or there could be some misinformation, meaning like you got the message, but maybe if you replied, you forgot to press send. So some miscommunications happening in some type of way, whether it's something as little as that or something as big as just a miscommunication to the point where you and another person stopped talking for years because there was a miscommunication. Okay, so let's see what is what. So clarifying what you need to work on or what you need to pay more attention to. Let's see what that's about. What do you need to pay more attention to in the middle of August? You need to pay more attention to the fact, or pay more attention to to your independence, to your freedom. Are you using it to the best of your ability? Are you using it against others? Are you using it to where you're bettering yourself in life? Did you forget that you're independent? have you lost your independence? Have you forgotten that you are free? Do you need to express freedom more? Do you need to express what it means to not have any bounds or not have any ties to anything? So I think that's what that's saying. You really need to start, you know, that it's not that you don't have everything physically around you that you need. It's not that you aren't working physically or doing things physically. It's more about mentally. Are you still aware that you don't have to do things in this plan that you have thought up? Are you aware that there's always another way, there's always another plan to get to the end goal? That's what Taurus is about. Are you aware that no matter what happens, you're still going to get to what you need to get to as far as what your goal is, what you want out of life, what you're setting your intentions for? Are you aware that you will get that no matter what? That's kind of what it's like. So if you have any fear, if you have any doubt, why are you having any doubt? Are you aware, Aquarius? Do you know that you're gonna get whatever you whatever you want out of life? I got 2 of Wands here. It's one of my confirmation cards. Are you aware that there's a bigger horizon? That's what I felt. That's what I'm feeling. Are you aware that if you look out just over the cliff right there, the rest of your life is waiting for you? That's what I'm feeling. And speaking of life, we have the World card again. So I'm going to clarify, what is the World card representing in this spread? And then 2 of Cups, beautiful card. Harmonious love, the energy of love. 1 and 1 coming together. Making 2, you know? Making yin and yang, completing. A feeling of wholeness, you know, a feeling of satisfactory, a feeling of I don't really need more than this. This feels great. I don't know what it is. I might not have all the answers, but the way I feel now, the energy that I feel from this card, though, it's beautiful. It's bliss. It's almost to the point where it's kind of like, it's Venus. It's Venus. It's fucking Venus. You know, Taurus is ruled by Venus, so I have to think about that. It's the feeling of Venus. It's lust. It's love. But it's for yourself. It's not necessarily for everyone else. It's not for everyone to understand. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you know. And right now, you are the beholder. So what is beauty to you? What is love? Love is beautiful, and that's what this energy is representing. But your world, it's like, how do you make your world blossom with flowers? How do you make it blossom with love and happiness and lightheartedness and laughter and smiles and extravagance? You know, that's what Taurus is about. What do you have to do to reach that? What do you have to do so that you can have that in your life? That's what Taurus does. It looks for a goal, it pinpoints it, and it walks up an escalator or walks up the stairs until it gets to it. And as soon as it does, it snatches it and it's theirs. And it's theirs. It belongs to them. So I feel like whatever it is that you're waiting on, whatever it is that you're trying to get to, it's yours. It's already yours. You're already written in stone. It's already in your story. It's yours. But what the fuck do we have to do now to get to it? You know? Right now, in the middle of August, it's really about your psyche. So I feel like this is like a mental training. This is one of the most important parts, you know. For August, being that this is about Taurus season, you know, for you, Taurus energy, it's not necessarily all about the mental work, but I do see that since this isn't your spread, I do think that you need to have a time to just have a mental break. But Taurus is more about physical energy, about what you're doing physically in the world around you to create your magic, okay? So don't forget that. You can't get stuck in your mental state, okay? Alrighty. Or at least not in August, not the middle of August, okay? Uh-oh. Okay, so we're going to clarify the Ace of Swords in reverse. What is going to be told? We have the Queen of Cups here, okay? So I think the person who is going to be, whatever you're going to be learning about or whatever you're going to be told, whether it's harsh or not, it's either going to be coming from this person or you're going to be telling this person this, okay? But nonetheless, we have this water person again, whoever it is. Remember, we have this. So this is, I always say Pisces, but this is my Cancer card. But again, this is any water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Whoever you're dealing with in Aquarius, I think you do have one of these people in your life. Nonetheless, the Queen of Cups is coming up to represent, you know, being open about your emotions, not holding back. When she holds back her emotions, things go crazy. Things turn, you know, like a water sign. When they're not being emotionally honest, if they're not following their gut, their intuition, their psychic nature, things fly out the window, things turn, things change, shit fucks up, you know, they do bad things, you may do bad things. It's a really, really unbalanced situation when water is not stabilized, or when water isn't flowing as smooth, or if it's flooding, or, you know, if there's a drought. When there's not a balance in water, things go fucking crazy, you know, excuse my language. So you really have to make sure that whoever this person is, whether this is a person in your life that you're dealing with, they are upright. So I do feel like you're going to get some information about them or towards them, so that they receive it as the water sign. Like, they're going to receive it, and it's going to be like emotionally honest, and it may hurt them, but it's going to be something that they understand because they're a water sign. They're the Queen of Cups. And if you're getting this information, if this isn't the water sign, this is you, then you're going to be able to be emotionally honest with yourself and honest about the situation at hand. And I think you're going to intuitively know what to do next. You're going to intuitively know how to feel. And I think that's really important. Really, really important. So a lot of heavy emotional awareness happening for you in August, and I think that's crazy. I think it's good, but I think it's crazy because, you know, as an Aquarius, you guys are the sign of detachment. Not in all forms, but, you know, when it comes to emotions, you guys aren't very emotional, or at least you don't express it to other people. Obviously you still have emotions and stuff too, but it's interesting that in August, as you know, we get into this Leo energy more heavy. This is you know, stepping into your own personal power. This is the, you know, creativity, creation, expressing. You know, this is fixed fire energy as Leos. I'm a Leo, obviously. So this is like a fixed way of feeling about something, a fixed way of visualizing something, of expressing something. It's fixed fire. So this is like really you being able to sit with how you feel about things, and you may not be expressing it, but you damn well know as an Aquarius how you feel about something. You know what I mean? And I think that'll be perfect to really integrate that to like both sides of your emotional side that doesn't get to really speak up as often, but is always there. And then that mental and logic power that you naturally possess, and put that together. I think it would be beautiful. You know, like a left and a right coming together, left and right brain working together, yin and yang working together, as above, so below. I think it's just going to be a really, really good PB&J combination this month. All right, so the end of August, here we go. So the energy for the end of August, we have the 6 of Wands here. So there may be some success that you are not taking well, or you could be not as successful as you thought things were going to go, or at least you don't get to show off as much as you would like to. So if you wanted to show off at the end of August because, you know, it's summertime or something, this may not be the time where this happens. Or this may be the time where universe hands you your ass and says, okay, your ego needs to be shot. So maybe, you know, a little ego death, you know, maybe a little bit of time to be a reality check. Taurus is good for that too. So, starting off at the end of August, we have the 7 of Wands here. So, this is the card of confidence. This is the card of being courageous against all obstacles. So, this is like the fusion of Taurus and Leo, I would say. Having just strength to know that you have obstacles right there in front of you, but you're not going to let them trip you up. So, beautiful. Confidence. Endurance. Next, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is like maybe a change up in a job. If you're looking for a job, maybe you did not get that, or maybe a promotion, you didn't get it. Now, does this mean that nothing good will happen from it? No, it just means that the way that things happen, I feel like it's for a reason, for the sequence of events to fall out in the way it's supposed to be. And again, with this Taurus energy for your August specifically, it's kind of like you need to make sure that you are assessing that there's more than one path. So really understanding that. I think that towards the end of August, you realize that like there can be more than one plan. Sometimes things don't go the way that your plan was mapped out in the beginning. You know, like you can never be too sure with how things are gonna go, or how things should go. You know, you just don't know how it's gonna play out. And then to end your month off, remember what that pressure I said with August, right? 5 of Wands. So we're gonna have some competition. If this is competition in the workplace, if this is competition at your job, this may be for your best benefit. You know, if you're working for commissions or tips or a competitive sense, then this is a good card. This is like, okay, like the game is on, the war has begun. Let's start, let's go. Now if this is about a love relationship, This is not good. This can be good. You can get your point across, but this may be really, really aggressive energy. This is really Aries energy. Like, I don't give a, like, Aries is like, I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. I'm going to show you how I feel about it. And if you don't agree with it, fine. But I'm doing it because I feel like it. It's not about you. It's about me. So if everyone's thinking like that, there's a big chance for arguments. There's a big chance for competitive aggressiveness, aggression, assertiveness. So this can be good or it can be bad. It just depends on how you mold it, how you use your own personal power, how you use your own energy and your own spirit to guide this, okay? Obviously, I'm going to do some clarification. So let's go ahead and, but I want you to be careful. Yeah, and I got the Devil card in reverse while I was just shuffling just now. But remember, this is a time where, remember we had the Six of Wands in reverse. And that was kind of like, it's kind of like, I don't want to say you're not winning, but it's kind of like that's not the success, or you're not being shown in the best light, I would say. So keep that in mind. Remember that with all of this happening, yeah, you feel courageous, but you may be on the wrong path, or you may be doing things the wrong way. And then also on top of that, remember, you don't want to get into too much bad-ish or too much bad things, because we have the Five of Wands here, so that's a lot of energy. And if you want it to go right or wrong, chances are it might go wrong if you're not careful, especially if you're feeling the power, if you're feeling that energy, if you're feeling that fire. We do have the Devil card in reverse here, so be very, very careful at the end of August with how you're communicating or how you're expressing what you're doing. Don't get into fights. Don't do anything that can get you into trouble, okay? So what do we have to be confident about at the end of August for Aquarius? We have the Death card in reverse, okay? So there's going to be a rebirth, or there's something that needed to be ended. It's a cycle. This is a habit maybe that you need to break, or maybe someone that keeps coming back, almost like a zombie is what I'm feeling. Something that you thought was dead, it's coming back from the dirt to teach you a lesson, or maybe to show you that you are strong enough to get through things. Again, with these obstacles, Taurus, that's the energy for your month. So we're getting through old issues, I feel like. Old problems. But really trying to get rid of it this time. Really trying to just be like, okay, look, we need to dead this time for real. And it's going to take some courage. It's going to take some willpower. But it doesn't mean that it can't be done, okay? So this path, I feel like you changing your path, or you not getting something that you wanted to on a financial level, it's going to give you that spark to feel like, okay, well, I need to do something different. It's going to be kind of like you getting back on your shit emotionally. It may knock you down, but it's like you kind of get like this feeling of, wait a minute, who the fuck do they think they are? Do they know who I am? If they don't, I'm going to show them. I feel like it's going to make you stronger. Whatever this mishap is, whatever this mistake is, whatever this change that you weren't expecting is. And the Five of Wands. I do think it's going to be an argument. This Five of Wands energy at the end of August. I do think it's going to be kind of like combustive, argumentative energy. Because I saw the Three of... Oh. Okay, so... this is dealing with, so we have the Two of Pentacles here, and then we have the Knight of Cups here. So you could be juggling emotional feelings. Are you trying to figure out who do you care about more? Again, this is with this, another water card. This water energy is coming in so heavy. If you're dealing with the Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, they're showing up heavy as fuck. It's almost like you're battling the war of like what they feel and what you feel emotionally, if you should still be with them or if you should move on. And if this isn't a water sign, then it's almost like you're dealing with how you should be feeling emotionally. Should you be optimistic about what's to come? Should you trust the future? Should you trust emotionally what's happening? I think that's the thing. And it's like you're battling between that, and it's not working. You have to pick a side. You have to pick whose side you're going to be on. Yourself, their side, that situation, this situation, whatever it is, figure it out and figure out where you stand emotionally at the end of August, okay? And stand up for that. Really feel that's who you should, whatever you pick should be 100% how you feel, okay? So that things can go the way that they need to go. So to recap, just because I'm going to end this video because I feel like I've said everything I needed to say. We're ending it with the Seven of Pentacles. Another, you know, Taurus-like energy, just working towards a goal. Working towards a goal to end off, you know, the message. In the beginning of August, you need to make sure that you're not moving too fast. Maybe try to slow down and kind of figure out what's happening around you. Figure out what's causing the arguments. I feel like there's going to be a lot of argumentative energy. Figure out what's going on with this love interest thing. Figure out why you don't feel emotionally good about it. In the middle of August, you need to make sure you're focusing on your psyche, balancing your world out so that you can feel love around you. And then lastly, whatever you find out in the middle of August, or whatever you hear, make sure that you filter if it's true or false by how your gut tells you how to feel, or how your intuition or how your psyche tells you to feel. If you're getting told this, if you're getting told something from that water sign or that other person you're dealing with in a love way, it's probably going to be something you need to replay in your head to make sure they're really not fucking with you. Okay? Again, check your psyche throughout the middle of August. Check what's around you. Check if it's love. If it's not love, it needs to go. Whatever is around you, that's what you need to make sure you're working on, okay, in the middle of August. And then at the end of August, you're going to have confidence about something that may be coming back, or maybe something that needs to be dead. Something that maybe a demon or maybe like a zombie. It comes back every so often. It's like, okay, you have to remind yourself that you're strong enough to get through it. And then at the end of August, try not to be assertive. Or don't be assertive, but try not to be to the point where you're willing to fight and die tooth and nail to get your point across. Say what the fuck you have to say and move on. If they're not picking up what you're putting down, move on. Okay? And that's how you're gonna have to be throughout this August. Taurus is a very fun energy, but at the same time, they're really about their business. If it doesn't align with what they want out of life, they're not gonna waste their time with it. Time is very important to a Taurus, okay? Patience is very important as well, but at the same time, if it's not even serving a purpose, then you're wasting your time, which is in essence that's the whole point of Taurus. Using your time to where you finally get what you want, finally getting and reaching the beauty and abundance out of life, okay? So be brave this August. I think you will really enjoy your August. I think that it's going to be a really good time for you to get to know yourself even more, Aquarius. And I'm just really excited because I know a lot of Aquariuses will tell me they feel like as an Aquarius, it's hard for them to kind of know their self. And I got the Four of Pentacles again with the money and finances and stuff. Taurus, this is a Taurus card. This is really good energy, a positive omen for financial state. So out of all of this stuff, emotionally, you're probably going to be going through it, but your finances are going to be okay. All right. But like I was saying, keep that momentum, keep the endurance, and just keep with it, okay? And this is the time to get to know yourself. So keep that in mind. Just try to get to know yourself more, okay? I love you guys so much. If you would like a reading, I leave all of my information down below so that you can contact me. We can definitely see what's going on for you on a deeper level, and I can give you your chart and all of that. So yeah, let me know, and I wish you all the best of luck. I'm love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, then one day I will be. And until next time, Taurus, I will see you Taurus. You're not a Taurus, you're an Aquarius, but you have to use that Taurus energy. I will see you next time, okay? Bye.